Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Connecticut Women's Hall of Fame founding president, Geena Clonan.
R-E-S-P-C-T, find out what it means to me. R-E-S-P-C-T, take
Good evening. 25 years ago, I addressed you from the stage to celebrate the collective achievements of Connecticut women over 300 years of our state's history. Our mantra then, awards breed recognition, and recognition breeds achievement, provided motivation and determination. Our mission was succinct: honor women, preserve their stories, educate the public, and inspire young women and girls to continued achievement. 25 years later, we remain committed to our original intention to honor and preserve, but our essence today can be clearly summed up in just two words: educate and inspire. For what is history, if not the stories of those triumphs and challenges of the women who came before us? What lessons can be learned? What lives can be changed? What conditions can be altered? And what inequities can be eradicated if we just take a moment to look back in order to move forward? While thinking about my remarks to you tonight, the term relevance kept coming to mind, particularly the practical and social applicability of a nonprofit like ours. Grateful as we are that we've had a tremendous impact on the state of women, we're somewhat saddened that what we do is still so relevant, so needed, so necessary to address the myriad of issues that face young women and girls. And let's not forget men and boys. As a mother of two fine men and the wife of a wonderful man, I can tell you that what's good for women and girls is good for men and boys. Gender equity is good for everyone. And while we're energized by our continued relevance, we're also remembering that we started out to create an organization for all women, regardless of age, color, orientation, politics, spirituality. And in this, our 25th anniversary year, we're energized by the planned creation and revitalization of the virtual hall, in which we'll be able to address young women and girls, and yes, young men and boys, not only here at home, but across the nation and around the globe. Our educational outreach will be greater than ever. So when you're asked to support the hall, I ask that you keep in mind that your help will fund educational programming here, there, and virtually everywhere. We're gathered here to celebrate one another, to celebrate the women we honor, the women who come before us, and those that will come after us. We do this in the company of women, but also in the company of those men that know that gender equality is best achieved through mutual engagement and shared commitment. I can't thank each of you personally. I hope I've acknowledged you in some way, but there are a few people that I must thank. To Doris and Richard, whose vision and hard work and ideas vitalized our state when they created two nonprofits, lasting and still here today, and most importantly, for their enduring friendship. To Jane, I'm looking for everyone, but honestly, I can't see a thing. To Jane, my mentor and advocate, day in and day out, year in and year out. To Chris and Venice for their brilliance and their hard work. To Leslie, Catherine, Kat, and Sarah for your loyalty and leadership over decades. To my sons, Alexander and Nicholas, who remember stuffing and licking envelopes year after year, who taught me computer literacy, and who believed in what we were doing long before they really even understood what it was that we were doing. And lastly, to my husband, Peter, without whose emotional, intellectual, and financial support I wouldn't be here, and perhaps none of us would be. I thank all of you who have stood by us throughout the years, and those of you who may be standing with us for the very first time. I thank each and every one of you for being part of the story, her story.